So today we're going to look at oligarchy. We're going to explain the term oligarchy, list its features, explain its forms and types, right? It's a very interesting topic, very interesting topic. So what's oligarchy? When I used to watch a lot of documentaries, I came across a documentary done by Al Jazeera. It's titled The Russian Oligarchs. These were men, according to the documentary, who divided the wealth of Russia during the fall of when USSR fell, right? So they made billions out of it, right? So that term actually stuck with me, the oligarchs. I love the pronunciation, right? So today we're looking at it. We're going to explain what oligarchy is, its features and its forms, right? So just get ready so that we can take on this topic together. So oligarchy is a form of government in which political power is in the hands of a few, and they rule in the interest of a few, not the majority, right? There is no popular participation here. There is no majority rule here. It's the government of a few in the interest of a few, right? It makes some sense, right? So we're going to explain further. So what are the features? There is no rule of law. The mass media is controlled by the ruling minority. The judiciary is not independent, but also under the control of the governing body, right? That's why we call it oligarchy. Government of a few in the interest of a few, right? You know the story of Roman Abramovich is one of the Russian oligarchs. You know, that's why the British government has to like seize the Chelsea Football Club in order to punish his, so to say, mentor, Vladimir Putin, for the invasion of Ukraine. So all these things are political issues that happen all the time and happen around us. So we have to be aware of them. It's very important. So there are different ways in which oligarchy can be manifested. For example, aristocracy. In this system of government is the government ruled by a few who are of the highest rank in the society. They consider themselves the nobles, and they are best in terms of intellectual capacity, family lineage, and whatsoever. So these few govern the whole country. Autocracy, a form of government in which one man or a few persons rule with absolute power and authority, right? Plutocracy, this is the government controlled by the rich few. So these guys have all the economic resources. They are industrialists. They own huge amount of lands and whatsoever. They govern the whole country. Military rule. This is where men, the soldiers, via or through the use of coup d'etat, destabilizes the government, comes in and usurps governmental power, right? So they are the few ruling in the interest of the few as well. Theocracy is a form of government controlled by the priests, the priest class. They are considered, they believe that their info comes from God and they now deliver to the people. You will see it in the time in Israel, way back, if you read the Old Testament, before they made Saul the first king of Israel, right? People like Samuel, like Joshua, like Moses. Now, diarchy is when we have two forms of government, or a form of government controlled by two authorities, right? It can be civil authority and military authority at the same time. Two is a form of government, but two authorities are ruling or governing the nation. Now, gerontocracy is a form of government controlled by a group of old people, gerontocracy, right? All these are forms of oligarchy, right? If you have any question, I will meet it in the comment section. Remember, we're talking about oligarchy. We're looking at its features. We're looking at its types, right? So remember, oligarchy is a government of a few, ruling in the interest of a few, of the few, right? Not the majority. So there's no popular participation. Do you believe or do you think that in Nigeria presently we are experiencing this kind of government where just a few determine what happens, what is the outcome of our election, how our government is meant to like progress? Is it possible? Right? Think about it and let me have your view on this issue.